Look, we all know artificial intelligence is reshaping our world, but we've got to have a serious conversation about its darker side. We're talking about harmful manipulation, and a brand new report is sounding the alarm on how AI is being built to influence us in ways we might not even notice. Okay, let's dive right in.
And that's a question you really have to start asking yourself. When you get a recommendation or see a news story pop up on your feed, is that AI actually helping you? Or is it kind of nudging you toward a decision that really benefits someone else, maybe at your own expense?
So for this deep dive, we're leaning on a really comprehensive new report from Bob Slavic over at Virtualization Options LLC. They're a research and advisory group based out of Colorado. And their work gives us this incredible framework for understanding this invisible influence and, more importantly, what we can do about it. So let's jump into what they found.
To really get what's at stake here, we first need to get super specific about what manipulation even means. You know, it's a word that gets thrown around a lot, but this report gives us a very clear and honestly pretty unsettling definition.
Okay, so here's the key takeaway. Harmful manipulation isn't just good marketing. It's got three main ingredients. First, it actively exploits our psychological soft spots, our vulnerabilities. Second, it chips away at our ability to make our own free choices, our autonomy. And third, and this is the sneaky part, it does all this while hiding its real goal, which is always to benefit the operator, not you.
And this slide, I think, just lays it out perfectly. Legitimate persuasion is all out in the open. Think about a regular ad. You know they're trying to sell you something. But harmful AI manipulation, that's totally different. It works in the shadows. It's designed to prey on your specific biases, and its real purpose is kept hidden. That's the ethical line in the sand that's getting crossed. So if all that already sounds a bit sketchy, well, the report warns us that this new wave of generative AI is basically like pouring gasoline on the fire. This technology is a total and complete game changer.
So what is generative AI anyway? Well, in simple terms, it basically just gobbles up a massive amount of stuff that humans have made, like all the text and images on the internet. Then it starts to see the patterns, the styles, the structures in all that data. And finally, it uses what it learned to create brand new stuff that feels shockingly human. Okay, but here's where it gets really wild and frankly, a little scary. These new powers create entirely new risks. We're not just talking about smarter ads anymore. We're talking about hyper-realistic deepfakes, misinformation that's so sophisticated it looks like it came from a trusted source, and content that is so personalized it can exploit your unique emotional state at that very moment. And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi movie plot. These systems are already having very real, very tangible impacts on our society, our environment, and our economy. Let's actually look at the price we're already paying.
Get a load of this number, 1.4 billion liters of water. That's how much water they think was needed just for the cooling systems to train one big AI model, GPT-3. It's a staggering environmental cost that is almost completely invisible to us, the people actually using the tech.
And it's not just the environment. There's real money and real penalties involved. The U.S. Federal Trade Commission slammed Facebook with a record-breaking $5 billion fine. And why? It wasn't an accident. It was for systematically manipulating user privacy settings to get as much data as they possibly could. It goes to show that regulators are finally starting to fight back.
Yeah, and Facebook isn't alone here. Not by a long shot. Regulators are hitting other tech giants like Google and Amazon with massive fines too. It really points to a much bigger, systemic problem, one where the business model itself often encourages companies to push right up against the boundaries of what's ethical.
I really want to pause on this quote from the report for a second because it gets right to the heart of why this all matters so much. The danger here isn't just that you might get tricked into buying something you don't need. The real risk is that this kind of mass, AI-driven manipulation could literally tear apart the shared sense of reality that a democracy needs to even function. So with all these huge risks, it's super easy to feel, well, pretty hopeless, right? But the good news is the report doesn't just raise the alarm and leave us there. It actually lays out a blueprint for a better path forward, a set of guardrails for how to build AI responsibly.
So, they've got this framework, and it's built on 5 key ideas. First, transparency, so you always know when you're dealing with an AI. Second, user autonomy, so you stay in the driver's seat. Then there's fairness, to fight against bias, safety, to prevent bad outcomes, and finally, accountability, so someone is always responsible when things go wrong. And this next point is absolutely crucial. The tech alone isn't going to fix this.
The report makes it clear that we have to have meaningful human oversight baked into the process from start to finish. It's not just about catching mistakes, it's about making sure the technology is serving us and our values, not the other way around.
And there are some places where having a human in the loop is just, it's not even a question. In high-stakes areas like healthcare or the legal system, a human has to have the final say. But it also means training the people who build this stuff in the first place, and making sure teams include not just engineers, but ethicists and sociologists who can champion the user's interest from day one.
Okay, so this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, and honestly, it might be the most important one. Because the future of AI isn't just up to the developers or the regulators, it's also about us, our role as users. So how do we get there?
The report breaks it down into 3 main pillars. First, we've got to get smarter. We all need better digital literacy to spot this stuff. Second, we need control. We need simple, clear tools to manage our data and our privacy settings. And third, we need transparency through things like open research so outside experts can check under the hood and make sure these systems are actually safe.
At the end of the day, it's a real double-edged sword, isn't it? AI has this incredible, transformative potential to boost creativity and speed up scientific discovery. But for every one of those amazing benefits, there's a serious risk, from systematic manipulation to undermining our democracy. The point isn't to hit the brakes on progress, it's about being smart and steering it in the right direction.
And that really leaves us with one big question. The future of AI, it's not written yet. It's a story that we are all writing together right now. So who gets to hold the pen? Is it just the developers, the governments, or is it all of us together? That's something we all really need to think about.